morning, it's Mary, Queen MLV, on a Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. I just got out of the shower. I did put some lipstick on for you just because I don't wear lipstick anymore with the whole mask thing. And I have sparkles down my face from the sun, and sorry about that. Anyway, it is the morning after the 2020 election. I'm exhausted. And we don't know who our president is. So all I have to say right now, until they finish counting, and I want them to take their time and do it right, is holy Toledo. Things were stable. I knew things were moving slowly. I got up to go to the bathroom. I was at my brother's house. I came back. Vice President Pence is getting off the stage. My brother's face is like, holy Toledo! So I got a recap, which was probably better than the cardiac I would have had. Anyway, I was going to do a Ttmt yesterday and didn't because I was having quite the day, and so here we go today. I really just have three things to show you, but I'm loving what I'm doing. The first is Project Linus, and we have all the components finished. By we, I have to say we because we as a group have all the components finished. I personally don't. But I'm close. So I don't know if you've seen any of this, but this is my background. The project this year is called Lucy's Love Notes. These are named after the designer's grandchildren, and Lucy is a flamingo, which we knew going in, and that's about all we knew. Well, this is my background. I'm using mostly batiks and everything from my stash. I can't believe I had enough of this lying around. Didn't even have to buy background this time. So, I am hung up on one of the clues, but I'm current on the rest of them. So, just some wonderful batiks. But here's a quick recap. I have 4 musical notes, and these are all going to go together Saturday. So 4 musical notes. I have 4 flowers like this. I have 8 sunsets like this. I have 10, I think, hearts like this. And then Lucy. And the ones that I don't have are 8, I think, envelopes. So first, let me warn you that Lucy doesn't have an eye yet, and the reason is the hold up on the envelopes. The envelopes are cute. They are envelopes sewn down to the quilt, and they open. And so, with batiks, I'm hoping to have, a beautiful envelope with a really nice lining inside, and then they Velcro together, and I had some crazy plans for making these really special, and I decided finally I'm just going to go back to as instructed and do them because they are really cute. I just wanted to do something a little bit crazy, and decided against that, so I'm back to, so that's why I haven't done them. But it's 8 envelopes. I mean, I can do these before Saturday, right? So the envelopes are to put love notes in, and they close with Velcro, but then on top of that you can put an applique, like an applique heart or something, or you can put, I decided I might put buttons. So Lucy's eye will match that. So if I put little red hearts on the envelopes, then she'll have a little red heart for her eye, and I may not be able to go red because of her. Anyway, I may do an applique. And if I do a button, then I may do a button eye. So anyway, here is Lucy. She's not very big. She's like 12 by 20 or something like that. And I was going to go with a real coral colored, flamingo-y colored fabric, but then when I saw this one, and then I was going to go with the bright gold for this and her legs, and a solid black for this, quite frankly. But when I got into my batiks, I saw that this fabric has the blue and this orangey gold in it, so that's when I, for the background, and stuck with this. And while I was in my batiks, I found this black. Well, her wing is 5 little hearts, and I'm not sure those hot pink ones, the 2 hot pink ones in the middle, really match, but she's kind of that kind of girl. So I am quite happy with her, and quite happy with the whole thing. And Saturday we'll figure out how we're gonna finish her, and hopefully I'll have my envelopes finished by then. And so that's coming along nicely. And no, I cannot believe that I am almost caught up on a quilt along, and I will finish with the group. And that's why I said we are finished with it, except for the assembly, because I'm part of that group this time, and that's kind of amazing to me. So the other 2 things are even more amazing. When I got, Lucy was never on my design wall. She was in my box. That's my Lucy box. But my design wall was just completely hijacked by my monarch. And when I got to taking those down to sew the 4 patches together and to do some other things with them, I got them off my design wall, and lo and behold, right below them was this quilt that I was right in the middle of. I was just putting the finishing borders on it and loving it. It was my poppies. I probably showed it to you. And what happened was I applied to be a designer, thought that I would have to apply for several of them in a row, and over time they might let me help, not designer, tester. They might let me test one if I was lucky. And then I got an email saying, you've been accepted and here's your pattern, let's go. And so I started, and everything on the design wall just got covered up by monarch. And so I look and I thought, man, all I have to do is miter 2 more corners, put 4 more borders on it, 6 borders, I guess, and that's finished. So I did finish my poppies, and I am just as excited about it as when I started. And what I did was I took a fairly big panel and made it into a twin size bed, which is why it has borders. It depends on how you count the borders, how many there are, because there's a little half-inch border on 2 sides. Anyway, I added an extra top and bottom border to make it a twin size, so that's why it's like that. And anyway, here's a picture of that, which I do right now in this house have more quilt than wall, and I haven't been to the house with the big enough wall, so that's why the photo looks like it is, but you guys can fill in the blanks for the parts you can't see. Then when I got the poppies off the wall, I realized that there was another quilt under it, which was almost finished. This is my National Quilting Circle Moonlight, Starlight, Star Mountain. It's a quilt-along that the group finished without me, because they always do. When I just get distracted and see something shiny fly by, then they don't stop. They just go ahead and finish without me. So this one, they just this week started their Christmas one, so that's how far behind I am. But this was like a 4-week. It was a 4-week challenge, and I did it all again, all from scraps, not scraps, but fabric I had. I did it all from stash, and never would have picked these fabrics or put them together if I knew what the design was ultimately going to look like, but I like it. And so what I had done for the 4 weeks, I caught up with the 4 weeks, and so I had the quilt parts. It's in strips, And so it was actually in 3 big pieces, 3 big sections. And the first 2 weeks were one section, and the third week, then the fourth week. And it was the 5th week where I got distracted by the poppies. And that's when we were putting borders on and things like that. So all it needed was borders, had the fabric. So I got borders on it. It's ready to be quilted, and here's a picture of it. So now that that's off my design wall, guess what's up there? Only 2 more projects, I think. Now, this is half of my design wall on one wall. This is why I don't have any wall space, you know. Half of my design wall on one wall is what is the space I'm talking about. And then over here on the other half, at least 3 things. And then behind me on the other wall, it goes back to against the design wall is Hocus Pocus. And it comes out from there. I don't know how many. So on this section of my wall, I think there are only 2 left. And the one I am on now is last year's Ttmt swap with the jelly rolls swap. And it's pretty much almost finished too. I just need to spend some time with it. And I could run those through between my monarch and get that thing finished. That would make me very happy. And then behind that, I think it's another challenge. I know what it is. I don't remember who did it, but I think it's last year's National Quilting Circle. Pretty sure. And it's cute too, but it too was a mystery. It was a medallion, and it's going to be beautiful, but when I read the description of the fabric requirements, because that's all you get, and you know, fabric requirements are designed to tell you what you need to finish the project, which it certainly did, without giving away anything within the project, which it certainly didn't. And again, had I known what it was going to look like, I would have gone in a completely different direction on it too. But it's going to be beautiful, just like this Star Mountains, whatever mountain that is. I would have done, reds or blues or something. I didn't know. And this one, if I had been given 2 things, if I had the fabric that I chose and no design, I would have done something so very, very different. And if I had the design and not the fabric, I would have purchased something so very, very different. So these 2 are just not me. The poppies, that's me. So anyway, that's what I've been working on, and that's what I'm down to, and we'll see. I haven't bought any fabric. I I've been using fabric I have, and I have so much more. So we'll see where I go next. I think I'm going to go back to the swap strips, but we'll see. Can't tell you now. And of course, still on my monarch, and I did finish my design for the monarch quilting, and I think I had shown you the flower, but I will now, I'm going to sign off here, but I will put up some pictures of the finished design. I know I finished that. I couldn't have shown it to you last week. I finished it on the 31st on the deadline. So I did trace the cone flower that the butterfly is sitting on, and I traced the butterfly all in Procedure Designer and put them into an edge to edge to quilt on it. Now the design is big. It's an edge to edge, and it's about 20 inches, and my machine can't handle that, so I'm going to have to scrunch that down, shrink it down to about 12 inches to get it done, but that's fine with me too. It's certainly big enough to open enough to shrink down to 12 inches. So I did get that challenge done on time at the absolute very last minute, and actually it was the Monday of the 31st, and I got it in like hours early, which again is absolutely not like me. So I don't know if you guys need to intervene or call a doctor or a psychiatrist or something, but I don't finish things, and I don't get things in on time. So anyway, something's absolutely, definitely wrong with me, but I have some things finished, and so I'm going to be getting back to the Monarch, but I have the design ready when it's ready, and I have 39 blocks out of my 40. So getting close on that too. Hope you have a good day. Bye.